If Mattel keeps releasing these sets at the same pace they are now, we'd have a complete Radiator Springs in just a couple years, and if they did end up releasing the entire town, that'd be pretty awesome, but I'd probably have to buy a bigger table because the one I have now doesn't have any room for the abandoned buildings, let alone the courthouse. So today, as you can see, we'll be taking a look at the Precision Series Towmater Towing and Salvage, or better known as just Mater's Junkyard. Now, on the retail side of things, this set is only available on Amazon for $79.99 plus tax. I personally bought mine from Get Me Collectibles though. He's selling them for a great price, no sales tax included, and if you want to keep this set in the package, you don't have to worry about it getting damaged during transit from Amazon because Get Me Collectibles always packages amazingly. Now, if you'd like to contact him, his contact information will be in the description below. A highly recommended seller. And now, I don't want to take too long here with the package because I realize that not everybody has time to just sit down and watch 25 minutes of a video, so I'll kind of try to speed some stuff up here. So as you can see, Towmater Towing and Salvage there. Now it does say it comes with that Radiator Springs poster. I assume it's the same thing that was in Luigi's and Fillmore's. On this side, we just get another view of the junkyard. This back just has the logo, very nice and clean, and this side is where we can see Mater and the junkyard at night. It looks pretty cool actually. Here's the description of the set. Mater is not only the world's best backward driver and tractor tipper, he's also the proud owner of Towmater Towing and Salvage. He built his tow yard using only the highest quality junk, premium rust, and the finest flat tires in all of Carburetor County. With its crook gate and shacks, scattered oil drums, and decorative hubcaps, Mater's tow yard has a down-home feel and a charm all its own. You never know what treasures you'll find there. From headlights to tailpipes, Mater's got it all. He even has hopes he'll find his own hood in his junk collection one day. Now, I find it surprising that Mattel mentions his hood because in the end credit scenes of Cars, it shows Mater getting his hood from a valley and then sneezing it back down into the valley, so I don't think he'll find it in his junk collection, unfortunately, but I guess Mattel just doesn't know that. Now in the corner here, it just mentions that the exclusive Mater has light up features, and that really is all for the packaging. I'll be right back with this opened up. For those of you wondering about the size of the set in comparison to the others, you can see that it's actually bigger than Flo's. It extends more in the front here, and it is basically the same size in the back, so that's kind of surprising. I just feel that Flo's has way more lights, so that's why it was $100. And up top here we can see Fillmore's, very, very small compared to the other sets. Now, if you don't have time to watch this entire review, there are timestamps in the description below if you'd like to skip to a certain part of the video. So let's begin here with the assembly. There are only 3 pieces that need to be assembled and they're optional. Here's the dirt piece, road piece, and the story set connector. Now I won't be connecting this one myself because I don't have any other story sets that go along with Mater's here, but if you want to yourself, the connector is right here. It just clamps on very nice and easily like that, and it has a nice rock pattern, so it matches the pattern in front of the impound here. So I really do like that. Now the dirt piece right here connects very, very easily. Just make sure that all three of the connectors are securely clamped in. And then you want to connect the road piece right here. But before we do, I just want to show you guys what it looks like in comparison to the piece that comes with Luigi's Casa della tires. As you can kind of see on the camera, the piece that comes with Luigi's is textured. You can run your fingers across it and you feel the texture, whereas the one that comes with Mater's is completely smooth. Now I have no clue why they would change it midway through, and I'm honestly a little bit disappointed because it seems like it's cheaper made, so they're already downgrading the sets and they're only 4 in. So I'm a little sad about that, but it gets the job done. Not too much of a big deal. And that clamps in very nice and easily as well. Just make sure all three of the connectors are clicked in. Here are the two pieces of paper that come with Mater's. We'll get to these instructions a little bit later, but I want to show you guys the Radiator Springs poster. It essentially shows the town in a concept form. It looks really nice. It numbers all of the buildings with a key here down at the bottom. Now I do assume this is the same poster that comes with Fillmore's Tasting because both Mater's and Fillmore's advertise on the box that they come with a poster, whereas with Luigi's, it didn't advertise, it came with a poster, but it still came with the same print, but it's obviously a cheaper made because it's folded into 8 parts right here and the paper doesn't feel as strong and sturdy. So I feel like the sets that don't advertise that comes with a poster will still have somewhat of a poster, but it won't be as nice as the sets that do advertise it comes with a poster. Now here are the instructions, nothing too important, it just shows the assembly here, contents. Here is where it talks about battery replacement for Mater, the features, light sensor mode. Over here it talks about the AC adapter, which I have not bought any AC adapters for my sets yet, but I recommend doing so you don't have to waste any batteries or you can avoid corrosion. And nothing on the back here, so really we got the set. There's nothing really to worry about. It's very all assembled in the package already. All you have to do is put these 2 road pieces on. I feel like this set is more detail oriented rather than feature oriented. As you can see, there are the hubcaps along the fence line like the back of the package was talking about. Now I really do like the main entrance sign right here. It looks awesome. It swings back and forth like it does in the movie when Mater attaches his hook to it and then swivels it to the other side. There are 4 license plates on the left post here, none of which have any significance, I believe. Now both of these tires have full rotation, which is awesome. The welcome oil barrel right there also moves a little bit. Now the one thing I'm not a big fan of about this sign here is the gooseneck lamp, but I do understand it has to be kind of bulky so they can wire it and it lights up. Now the tow hook here swings back and forth as well. Now let's move on to this side of the set. We can just see the fence here. Now I really do like that they change the pattern of the fence every so often. So on this side we can actually see 3 different types. Wood on the left, kind of a chain link barbed wire fence, and over on the right here it's like metal plating off of a roof or something. So really shows that Mater just used whatever he could find when he was building his tow yard here, which is pretty sweet. Now on the back here, we can see the AC adapter connector. Again, I don't have one, so I can't show you guys how it actually works. And now here is where it talks about the light sensor mode. I personally have it on off right now, but if you turn it to the left, it turns it on, and if you turn it all the way to the right, it's light sensor mode, which essentially means that when it's dark and if it has enough battery, the lights will go on and they'll stay on for quite a while. But really, if you have it on that option, it's highly recommended that you have an AC adapter because then you're just really wasting battery. Again, it really just continues with the metal plating right here until we get to the impound. Now, the impound, in my opinion, is a little bit small. I kind of wish that they extended it toward the back here because they had the room in the box to do so. but they did not. They just left it at this little square right here, which is quite a bit small because in the movie we know that all 4 tuners, Boost, DJ, Snot Rod, and Wingo, were able to fit in there, but in this version right here, you can only get 3 of them in there, and it's a select few. Absolutely love this Radiator Springs and Municipal Impound sign. And when you see these green grass patches here, they're actually kind of flexible. They're more of a soft rubber rather than this hard plastic here. Now with the gate, you can see it's very, very detailed with all the rust. You can move the gate over to close it, but to open it, you can actually use this yellow button right here, just like in the movie. And it opens very, very nicely. It doesn't seem like it's stiff or anything, so great feature there. Now on the inside here, we can see a stack of tires and some barrels. Now, the barrels here, they're very flexible. I mean, check this out. You can move this barrel all the way around. Now, I don't want to break it off, but it seems like it could probably break, so be careful about that. Same with these tires here. They move quite a bit as well, and they're rubber. Again, awesome feature right there. And over in this corner, we can see like an oil barrel. Again, has quite a bit of movement. So it's one of my favorite things about this set is all the movement that the accessories inside have. Now, obviously, you can put Lightning McQueen in the impound here, just like it was in the movie. So I kind of feel like this impound is more geared around the scene where Lightning McQueen alone was in the impound, and he fits great. There's still room in there. And of course, Mater would come up, open the door for him, and that's how McQueen got out. Now for the tuners, on the other hand, you can only have 3 of them in there, and it has to be Snot Rod, DJ, and Wingo. You have to have the smallest tuners in there, and still it is kind of a stretch. I don't want to do it that much because I don't want to chip up my tuners in there, but those 3 do fit in there, and they do look pretty nice in there. However, if you were to put Boost in there, you can only fit 2 because he's a lot longer. As you can see, you have no room for any of the other ones in there. So it's a little bit disappointing there, but I guess it's more focused around the scene when Lightning McQueen was just in the impound. Here's where the light sensor is located that senses when it gets dark. And now, like I said, one of my favorite things about this set is the fact that all of the things inside have quite a bit of movement to them, as you can see here with the tailpipes, the panels, oil drums, a little bit in the barrels here as well. Just a great detailed set. You can see in the back here, Mater's finest flat tires of all of Cabrera County. I really do like this one right here. Nice off-road tire that moves quite a bit. And there you can see the ghost light lamp from Mater and the ghost light. And we'll get a better shot of that when I turn the lights on. But here is Mater's nice shack. Unfortunately, it's a little inaccurate to the movie. In the movie, it wasn't as bulky. The base, that is, didn't have as much wood there. And the reason why Mattel put so much there is because that's where the batteries are located. So I can understand, but it's my personal review, so I have to give my opinions. Now, of course, this shack moves as well, swivels back and forth, even though it never really did in the movie. It just was slanted in the movie. So that's another great feature that goes along with the sign here. Again, not a big fan of the gooseneck lamp, but I do understand that they have to wire it so the light turns on. Now on the back here, we can just see a few more barrels, a little bit more grass, and nothing too special. Just so everyone knows, there are 2 versions of the Precision Series Mater. This one here that comes with the set has working lights and rubber tires, and the one that will be released in the single acrylic case will also have rubber tires, but in addition will have a working tow hook, but unfortunately it won't have any working lights. So yes, they are making 2 versions of Mater for the Precision Series, and I assume they'll do the same thing for possibly Doc and Ramon as as well. For example, maybe the remote that comes with his building won't have any working hydraulics, but it might have working lights instead. So that is just my guess. And now this Mater here looks awesome. I love his expression looking off to the right. And if you press down on his engine here, his right headlamp lights up. Obviously not the left one because it's broken. And the siren in the back lights up as well. Now unfortunately, the lights don't stay on for that long, only about 5 seconds or so. But when they are on, they are very, very bright and look great in the dark. On the side here, we can see tow Mater, towing, and salvage radiator springs. And another thing that I love about him is the treaded tires. They just look awesome. They remind me of Reindeer Mater with his rubber tires, just for comparison there. Now he is put together using screws so you can unattach them and replace the batteries. And now his side view mirrors are actually real mirrors. Another amazing feature about him. So you can see if I stick my T in there, you can see it being reflected. So a great feature there. On the back here, I believe this is plastic. Yeah, the back portion is still plastic like the basic Mater in the main line, but the front is a pretty heavy metal. You can kind of see the back window there, whereas on the regular version, it's just completely flat. Here's the regular version of Mater. You can see there's no indentation there, but on this one, you can kind of see the indentation for the back window. Of course, he has his traditional A113 license plate. Very, very nice. Now, I do obviously wish that the one that came here with the set had a working tow hitch or whatever you'd like to call it, but I do understand that they want to have the lights always on the cars that come with the building. So I'm definitely looking forward to the Mater that comes just in the single acrylic cases. Now let's check out the lights. Although there are only 4 lights that actually light up on this set, they all look great. When you turn the lights on, they flicker at first to kind of show age and that the lights are worn down, they haven't been replaced in a very, very long time, which is another great feature to the set. I also like that all 3 of them, or 4 I should say, light up individually and not all at once. Here are the lights in the dark. As many of you know, I have a custom of Mater's Junkyard from GotFrank. His custom's a lot more realistic looking, it's not made out of plastic, and as you can see, the gooseneck lamp right there is a lot thinner, not as bulky, but then again, his does not light up. You can see the license plates, the hubcaps, the fence, very, very nicely detailed. Here's Mater's shack. Very, very nice. You can see that there isn't any wood below it because that is movie accurate. Again, nice lamp. A lot more tires on the roof than the Mattel version over here, but I don't really know which one's more accurate or not. Now, GotFrank did not make a Municipal Impound, so I do not have a custom one of those, but I will show a little bit of the other custom features that GotFrank made for the Junkyard. Overall, I think this is a great set, but it is definitely my least favorite of all 4 buildings so far. I just feel like Mattel could have done a little bit better in some areas. For example, the Impound could be a little bit bigger. Mater has a little bit of trouble going through the gate sometimes because it is so low, and there are a few other things that are a little inaccurate about it. For example, there should be like a pole right here. That's my custom one from GotFrank, and a few other minor things, and it really is though the small things that matter. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Again, if you want to skip to a certain part of the video and rewatch it, the timestamps are in the description below. Thanks again for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys all tomorrow for a suggestion video. See you guys then. Bye now.